Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl Favor. So on today's episode of turning void materials into a beautiful piece, I'll be showing you guys how to draft and join this beautiful butterfly kimono. So if this is something that interests you, let's go to the tutorial proper. For the sake of this tutorial today, we're going to be making use of these two beautiful African prints you're seeing here. All right, so this is 3 yards each, so this is going to be serving as our interface, while this is going to be the main fabric. So guys, just to cut the basic bodies, I'm going to just go ahead and use this ruler to merge, to just give a straight line, so that where we can be taking our basic bodies from. Okay, so from this other place where you see me take my tip line like this, I'm going to be coming in by 6 inches. Now this 6 inches is just to enable us to be able to achieve our butterfly at the front of our kimono. Okay, so I'm just going to mark the 6 inches all the way down to the full length of this pattern paper. All right, so after marking this, all right, I'll go ahead now and use my ruler to connect the lines together, so that we can have a very perfect and straight line. Okay, all right, so you see the way I'm connecting it like so. That is how we're connecting it. Okay, so after this, now from where we took our 6 inches from here, this is where we're going to be taking our basic bodies. All right, from this point, so my shoulder divided by 2 is 8. I'll mark 8 inches here, and then I'm going to go ahead now and mark my neckline. The length is normal 3 inches. Okay, then from my shoulder down to my breast point, that is 10. From shoulder to my breast point is 10. Then from my shoulder still to my underbust is 13 inches, and then still from my shoulder down to my waistline, or tummy cut, I call it tummy cut, is 16 inches. Now this pattern paper is not enough for the length of the kimono I'm making, so I'm going to add the allowance to the main fabric when I am adding it, but this is also just going to serve as my full length. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and connect these lines. This is my underbust, connecting my underbust so that we will not be confused when we're marking it. This is my tummy cut, also known as the waistline, and then the remaining is going to fill my full length, this underbust, and then this is my tummy cut, and this is going to serve as our full length. All right, so after marking my full length, so like so, as you see me doing it like so, I'm just going to go ahead now and mark 8 inches from my shoulders. Now this 8 inches is going to serve as my chest line. Okay, this 8 inch is going to serve as my chest line, and I'll go ahead now and connect this together like so, the way you're seeing me doing it like so, and I will label it the chest line. I hope you're able to see this thing, because my marker was not really working. So from my shoulder, I will come down by 1 inch, which is going to serve as my shoulder slope. All right, then from my shoulder slope, I'm just going to connect it from my neck down to the 1 inch that I connected it, I marked, that will serve as the shoulder slope. Now after doing this right now, I'm now going to go ahead and connect from the shoulder slope to meet the chest line. Okay, so after doing this, guys, all right, after now I'm going to mark my neckline. I'm going to use 6 inches for the neck depth of this kimono. Okay, I'm going to now connect the neckline together like the way I'm doing it like so. I don't know how you want your own, but I prefer 6 inches for this. Okay, all right, so after this, I'm going to go after getting the neckline, I'm going to go ahead and divide our armhole into 2. Okay, so after dividing my armhole into 2, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. This is to help our armhole balance. Okay, I will connect from, I'm going to go ahead now, sorry guys, I'm going to go ahead now and then mark my bust divided by 4. Okay, that is what I divided and I marked. So I'm going to go ahead now and connect it from my shoulder to the armhole division I did, and then from there I'm now going to connect it to meet the chest, to meet my breast, my round bust that I marked. If you remember, I divided my round bust into 4 and then I marked. Okay, and I'm going to give it a proper curve like you see me the way I did so, like so. I'm going to go ahead now mark my, I also take my round bust. You can see I took my round bust. Now from my round bust, I'm going to mark my waist of shape. Now waist of shape is your under bust, the measurement you take from your under bust. Then for my under bust, I will now mark my tummy cut. My tummy cut is around my tummy. I'm going to actually do a video on how to go about this measurement. Now for this place, I use my hip measurement. Because my hip is the biggest this thing on my body, so that's why I'm using the hip measurement for the distance. So guys, let's go ahead now and connect this together. From the round bust, I'll connect it to my under bust. Then from the under bust down to the full length, you can see the way I'm doing it like so. Just go ahead and connect it like so. All right, the way I'm doing it, connect it properly the way I'm doing it like so. Now because to avoid this sharp edge, I'm going to give it a little curve. Because of that sharp edge, that's why I'm giving it this curve. Okay, so guys, if you notice, I have to go and join extra pattern paper to this because it was not giving me what I wanted. So now our new measurement for the lapel or the butterfly is 10. Okay, then this is still not my full measurement. I just wanted you guys to see the feel or to get a proper view of what the butterfly should look like while cutting it. Okay, so I added just 10 inches to this place. Then the order for the butterfly I added, now the butterfly is now 10 inches that you will give out before you start your body measurement. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so my marker was really not working. This marker is not working. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and connect it like this, like so. I hope you guys can see this line because I have to make use of what I have. Okay, so I'm going to also extend the line to meet the full length of the pattern paper. Okay, to meet the full length of this pattern paper. So guys, after doing this like so, all right, after taking this measurement, now we're now going to go ahead to connect our butterfly measurement. Okay, but before that, I have to give it a curve. I wanted my kimono to have a bit of a curve. I didn't want it to have that sharp edge, so I now came up from the full length. I came up by 3 inches, the way you see me do like so, and then I gave it a curve. But after giving it this curve, guys, I also realized that it's going to have a sharp edge still. I then went ahead to use my free hand to give it a nice curve the way I want it. So if you want a nice curve, you use it. So guys, from my neckline, my neck, I'm going to come out like so. You see the way I'm using my ruler, just from where your neck stops. Just connect it, bring it out like so. Okay, where I'm connected it. Then you will now come down to the full length. Okay, from here, after getting this particular line, you come down from this full length. You see where I'm placing my ruler like so. Then you connect it from here to go and meet this point. You see the way I'm connecting it like so. Just do it the way I'm doing it and you will get it. Now guys, I realized that after still joining this 10 inches, making it 10 inches, I realized that it was not meeting the idea is for these two mouths, like these two connections to meet, but because it was not meeting, I still have to come down to this. I still have to also come back to this my neckline and then connect it. So I advise you, when you're cutting your own, first of all, connect from this down, like you see me doing like so, all right, before you connect from your neckline, so that you won't have to go through the mistake. So guys, we're done with the pattern drafting, so I'm going to go ahead now and cut this out for us to go ahead and place it on our main fabric to be able to cut this out. Okay, after cutting this out, I'll go ahead now and draft out my back pattern. Okay, so after I've gone ahead to draft out the back pattern for this dress. So the only difference is the neck, and then the the lapel is, there's no lapel at the front, at the back, so the back pattern is the normal back pattern. Okay, so I came back by 2 inch for the neck depth. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead now and cut this out like so, the way you're seeing me doing it. Like I said, the only difference is the neck, and then the basic body still remains the same. All right, okay, so I'm going to take this to my pattern paper, this to my fabric, and I will cut. All right, I'll cut now. Okay, so guys, I still have to show you guys what it looks like. You can see I'm going to now go ahead and cut it around. So after cutting it, this is what we have. If you remember, when we're cutting this, I didn't add allowance, so I went ahead to add allowance, just 1 inch at the armhole. For the shoulder, I added 1 inch. Then for these other basic bodies, like this place, you see me mark like so. All right, I added 5 inches round, 4 inches round, sorry. Then this is my actual full length. Now I added to my actual full length, and then here you see me like so, I added extra 3.5 inches. Sorry, I added 3.5 inches just at this side. You're seeing me. Then the neckline and the shoulder with the armhole, I only added 1 inch. Okay, I did the same thing for the back pattern. I added to the length of the distance. Now I have multiple designs. I just had to use the Ankara piece that I have. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go ahead now and remove the pattern paper, separate it from the main fabric the way I'm doing like so. I'll also do the same thing for the front pattern. Okay, after doing this like so, guys, okay, this is now where we're going to be joining our fabric. You see the way I'm doing it like so. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine now and turn it with the interface. Now the interface is going to serve as lining. The way you turn lining is where I'm going to turn it. Okay, so I'm going to take it to my sewing machine now. I'm going to turn it. Now we're only going to turn every other part, but we're not going to be turning the armhole and the shoulder. Okay, so when after joining this, you will see the reason why I said we're not going to be joining the armhole. All right, okay, so I'm taking it to my sewing machine right now. So guys, after stitching it, you see how beautiful it's already looking. All right, I went ahead to stitch around every other part apart from the shoulder and the armhole. I stitch every other part. Guys, I'm loving the color combination. Like I said, I didn't stitch the armhole and the shoulder. The reason being that we're going to be doing an invisible armhole turning, like invisible armhole turning. That is going to, I prefer invisible armhole turning whenever I'm doing an interfacing or a lining. Now this is the back pattern. I also went ahead to turn the back pattern with the interfacing. Okay, so you see the way we're going to we're going to place this back front facing front. Okay, because this is lining. The way this orange, beautiful orange fabric is the interfacing, like I said. Now I'm going to pick the shoulder of the back and one shoulder of the front. You see the way I'm picking it like this. Now this is an invisible shoulder sewing. You see the way I'm opening it like this. You open it up this way. Guys, pay attention, just look closely. You see the way I'm picking it like so. Make sure the two edges where you stitched are like they meet together. You see the way I'm holding it like so. You pin it together. You can go ahead and pin it together. All right, then you now flip it the way I just flipped it like this. After joining this together, front facing front, then after joining it like this, you flip it back and stitch. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch. After stitching, this is how it's looking. You see the invisible shoulder I was talking about. This is how it looks like. Very beautiful and neatly done. Okay, and I've also gone ahead to iron out my fabric. Now guys, for the stitching of this clothes together, you see where it is like this. I'm going to turn it over the back. That is the lining, the interface. I'm going to turn it over like so. You can see, guys, it's already, the lapel is already coming out. You see, like the butterfly, I don't know why I keep calling this lapel, it's already coming out. So I'm going to go ahead now and take it to my sewing machine and stitch around. Okay, so after stitching around, guys, this is how it's looking. I have not even ironed this butterfly, but you see how it's looking. Like, I'm loving this butterfly. Like, I really love this butterfly. So you see how it is. So guys, I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and iron it for you also have the effect of that butterfly on this thing. Now guys, you see the way it is, the way fold it like way you fold a hand fan, like the normal hand fan that you open up. You fold it this way again. You keep folding it like this until you will get to the middle of your neckline. You fold it. You see the way I'm doing it, like so. Just fold it. Okay, you fold it one back, okay, back, forward again. You see the way I'm just fold it the way I'm folding it, like this, guys. I really don't know, but this is how it's going to look after. So I'm going to go now and iron it proper. Okay, so after ironing, I'm going to go ahead and iron it proper, guys. But before ironing it, I went ahead to cut 1 inch. Now I don't have a bias, so this is going to serve as bias. I'm going to also go ahead and turn the armhole. So guys, after turning the armhole, this is what is looking like. Guys, you see how beautiful the butterfly came out. Okay, you see how beautiful it came out. You see, if you want it to be this way, you can leave it this way, all right? But if you want it to also retain the butterfly, once you just iron it properly and then close it, it goes back to the butterfly. I also went ahead to add pockets, guys. I went ahead to add pockets to this because I really wanted this to come out properly. So guys, we'll come to the end of today's tutorial. Okay, this is what it's looking like. So guys, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right, do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you miss out on any tutorial. Thank you so much. Bye for now.